Welcome back, Odoers. As we saw in previous videos, the Field Service app has several features we take advantage of at Stealthy Wood, but we still have things to show you. For example, the Help Desk app integration allows us to plan field service tasks directly from tickets, and with the Time Off app integration, we check our employees' availabilities at a glance. Finally, with the map route functionality, our employees can plan their journeys effortlessly. All these features help us speed up and simplify our work and processes. So let's jump straight into our database and see how we can configure this and more. All right, so since I'm here on my database, we're first going to start with the creation of an on-site intervention or a task for on-site intervention directly from a help desk ticket. So I'm going to go to the help desk application, configuration, help desk teams. I'm going to select the team where I would like to enable this option, click on edit, scroll all the way down, and be sure I have on-site interventions enabled, which I do. So let's save. We're going to jump back to our dashboard and check out the tickets for that team. All right, and I have 3D printer failure here, which will most likely require an intervention. So I'm going to click on Plan Intervention from the top left. We have this button since we enabled the option. All right, and we will be required to add a title, the project, and the customer as well, which will automatically be input if that information exists on the ticket. And then we can click on Create and View Task. All right, so from here, we can actually already edit the newly created field service task, but let's check out if it's also there in our field service app. All right, so I'm going to go to Field Service, remove the filters that I have there by default so I can see that all of the tasks, and I have my 3D printer failure right here. So as I said, we can modify this. So for example, we can plan a date. So let's say, for example, tomorrow from noon to 1, and then we'll apply. All right, I can even assign someone directly from here as well, but I would actually like to assign to one of my employees that I know is available. And to easily see that, I'm going to go to planning, and I can check this out by user, by project, or by worksheet, but I'm going to look by project. All right, so I have my 2 projects. I even see some tasks that are already assigned to various people. All right, so I'm going to be able to see who is available. And since we use the Time Off application, we can also see the days that our employees are not working, and those cells will be grayed out. All right, so for example, if they have a sick leave that's registered in the application, or they're on holiday, we're going to know not to schedule a task for them on those days because the cells are grayed out. Even on a half day, we'll see that Mitchell Admin was only available on the 22nd part of the day, but not the entire day. All right, we can also check this out by user as well, which I personally like a lot. So for example, again, I see that Abigail is busy or not there simply. She has a day off on Friday, so I'm going to give this to Mitchell Admin, and I assign him simply by dragging and dropping. So if I click on the task, I'll see that he's assigned. And from here, I can also modify some different things as well from the task if I would like to. But let's save it. All right, and now we want to check out how we can see the best route to navigate to our tasks or to Mitchell Admin's tasks planned for tomorrow. So we're going to jump to the main dashboard, go to the general settings. All right, we're going to scroll down. And under map routes, we will actually add a token so we can check out that best route. And to get your token, you'll simply click on Get Token, and you'll be redirected to mapbox.com. And you'll need to create an account to get your own token. And once you've done that, you can copy and paste it here. And then be sure you click on Save before moving forward, of course. But I already have it saved, so let's jump back to Field Service. I have these 2 tasks assigned to Mitchell Admin, and we're going to check those out on the map by clicking on the map view. All right, we already see that best way to navigate from the one task to the other, which is great. Also, if I click on one of these tasks, I can click on Navigate to as well, or click on View in Google Maps. But if I click on Navigate to, this is really nice because it's going to direct me to Google Maps, and it's going to give me the route to get to that location. And if I'm looking at that on a computer, the location is approximate, but this is really useful, especially if you're using a cell phone or a tablet with GPS or mobile data. All right, so that is really useful. But now we're going to check out also another useful feature. So we're going to go to settings to be sure that it's activated. So from here, from the field service application configuration settings, and we're going to be sure extra quotations is activated. All right, and keep in mind that by default, all of your projects, new and old, will have the related option enabled under each project settings, and you can, of course, edit each project individually and disable the option if it's necessary. All right, so now let's jump back to that task, which we created from the help desk ticket, of course, and I will actually be able to access that original help desk ticket directly from here by clicking on this smart button. But that's not what we're going to do now. Right now, I'm going to create a quotation because while repairing the printer, I noticed that their stock of 3D printing material is low. So I suggested that they purchase some items from me while I'm there on site. So to create a new quotation, I can do that again on site directly from here by clicking on new quotation. Of course, the customer will be added, and then I can go ahead and add some products. So, for example, a storage box, which most likely they won't need for this type of product, but I'm going to use that as an example. We'll save, jump back to the task, and then I'll also be able to access that quotation directly from here, which is very convenient. I will see if I've added products from here, which we talk about in another video, worksheets, which we'll also talk about in another video, quotations, help desks. So I really access a lot and see everything that's happening with this task. But the customer actually realized that the 3D printer failed or had an issue, needed to be repaired because he doesn't have it maintained. So he asked us to come every 6 months to maintain the machine. And luckily, we can plan recurring tasks easily once we have the option enabled, which this time we will actually enable from the project application. So I'm going to project configuration settings, and I'm going to activate recurring tasks. And since I already have that activated, or once you have it activated, jump back to your task in the field service app. We're going to click on edit and then check the recurrence checkbox that we'll have after it's activated. And when that's checked, we're going to have a recurrence tab here where we can actually define how often we would like this to recur. All right, so in this case, we're going to say we're going to repeat every 6 months, actually. Okay, and we could say this will go on forever. We can add an end date, but I'm going to add a number of repetitions. So I'll say 6 repetitions, so, 3 years. All right, we can even choose the date of the month that we would like it to repeat on. Okay, so that's super cool. I'm going to save. Again, we have another smart button where we can access the recurrent tasks. So again, we have a nice overview of everything. We were able to manage a lot for our interventions, for our jobs on site. From here, from the help desk, we integrate with time off as well. So really, there's a lot we can do to manage our field service tasks. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.